Yeah, y'all, let's go. This is the best part, the final part of the anime, the final segment of Just Started Watching Anime. And this is where we rate the anime that we watched, which was Mob Psycho 100 season 1 and season 2. But in addition to this, what we've started doing is also mentioning our favorite characters and our least favorite characters. So with that said, since Nisho, since you already referenced how you feel about one of the characters, you can go ahead and start us off and let us know your favorite character. What's up?
You forgot one part. You
What?
forgot to go. It's rated out of 1 out of 5.
Oh yeah,
One
you're
being
right. You're
I'd
right.
rather. There we
You're
go.
right. You're
Yeah.
right. You're right. Yeah, I
If you
missed the
don't, if you
part.
don't do it right.
You right. You right. So, we rating stuff, y'all. And like all I just said, so if you aren't hip to the way we rate things, it's on a scale of 1 to 5 stars. 1 star is if you think that joint is ass and it belongs under the dirtiest of asses, that's under the dirtiest of asses, under the dirtiest of asses, that's under the garbage, that's under the dirty ass. And then number 5, if you give it 5 stars, you know what I'm saying? That means that you think that everybody and their mama should watch it. It's a good anime and it moved you and it impacted your life in some way. So that's where we at with it. Nisha, like I said, you go first. Let us know all your opinions and whatnot.
All right, all right. Now this is the part I really was waiting for, legit. All right, so I've been tossing up my favorite character for a while after seeing this anime, and I gotta go with Ritsu. Ritsu might have had one of my favorite character arcs in that whole anime. Like, he went from protective of his older brother to kind of resentful of his older brother to I want to have powers like my older brother. He has them and he's like, I got him, but what now? Like, what do I do? How do I get to beyond him? How do I get like just the dynamic of how they explored Mob and Ritsu's relationship was so good. It was so well developed throughout the whole anime. That's why I really dig his character art.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it just worked. It just fucking worked. I loved it. Least favorite was Tsubomi. I'm just gonna get that out the way now. Tsubomi and the other shorty, like other shorty, all right, she had a redeemable enough story to where it was like, oh, I actually learned a lesson. But Tsubomi was just half-ass about my man's mom and broke his fucking heart. I'm like, you bitch, I'm not even trying to use that in that conversation. I really don't. But that's what ran through my head. I'm like, oh, good luck in the red. No, I take it back. I'm like, you didn't give a fuck about him in that regard.
Mm-hmm.
Like you only paid attention when he was using his powers. I'm like, oh, can you do anything else? I could have been using my powers on some whole other shit. Fuck out of here. Like, really? Yo, like, I'm sorry. That shit pissed me off
She
seeing
came
how he.
around in the end, though, kind of. Just a little bit. She was like fronting on my man, like she was feeling him, but she had the cool girl syndrome going on.
For
That,
sure.
Nick, that was it. That was it. Cool girl syndrome. I was trying to figure out what the fuck made it so irritating about like, why don't you just say you like him? That was it. Cool girl syndrome. That was it. That was the perfect way to word it. Favorite episode. Um, it's between when Ritsu got his powers and he was trying to figure out what he was doing with it, and he got mixed up with that school council guy. That was really good. And the the episode where that ancient medium guy came back and like really fucked with Mob. It was like, oh, do you want to see what a day without your powers looks like? Boom, here you go. I'm like, bro, this is a trip. Like, but that was where Mob made that realization of like, oh, like I actually got along with people to actually see me for me and what improvements I want to make,
Mm-hmm.
improve my life. Cool, awesome. I'm gonna run with that. And then power friendship bullshit at the end. Cool. But again, it was excusable for this one. But I rate Mob Psycho 100. I don't know. This is a surprise at this point. It's got to be a 5 out of 5 for me.
Ooh.
Solid.
Like I would, I have. It's got to be a 5 out of 5 because it kind of did for me what Promise Neverland didn't. It gave a sense of completion in a way.
Mm.
Everything kind of came full circle. Like Reagan realized like the repercussion of him like really treating Mob like shit. It was like, oh no, like no, this kid really had something special, and he kind of really depended on me for so much shit. Ritsu grew. Dimple, you know, him being a half-ass spirit, and he was being a comic relief grew.
Mhm.
Like everything kind of came full circle except Subami. Fuck Subami. But like everything came full circle, and I really would recommend this anime if anybody were to watch it. Like it's easily 5 out of 5 for me.
Okay. All right. I didn't mention anything about a favorite episode, but I'm glad you
damn.
threw that in there. I don't think I did. I don't remember mentioning it.
I
But
don't know that.
no, I'm glad you did. All right. Stick, you can go next.
All right. So favorite character. I'm gonna be honest, man. You know, it's easy to say Mob. Mob gets off. Mob is a bad man.
Yes.
But Reagan is the highlight of this show, dog. Reagan is the highlight of this show, dog. I
Reagan's
am
that
sorry.
dude.
He is a regular nigga. He is a regular nigga, but he is the highlight of the show because he's a real dude. Everybody knows that con artist dude that be talking a lot of junk, but really, the stuff he says he can't do. But the confidence that he has, you can't do con artists without you can't feel confidence without con, and that's what that man is, man. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I love what they did with him because from episode 1, you know he's a con artist. So immediately you should hate him. You should. But he has this endearing quality that just draws you into his character. And yes, is he a scum for like the first half of the season 1? Absolutely. But he makes up for it for the rest of the way. It's amazing. I want to throw an honorable mention to, and I don't know his name, so forgive me, the blind dude from the Ultimate 5. He was nice, dog.
Oh
Yeah.
The dude who was teleporting and like he was nice.
Mm-hmm.
He was dope. I hated that he just quit at the end and we never saw him again. But he was nice, dog. I love when dudes got powers like that. That's
Mob put
fire.
the fear of God into him.
You know, he was like, nah, I'm good, bro. Don't even sweat it. Don't even sweat that. You good, bro. I'm gonna just dip off real quick and yeah. Never saw him again. Least favorite character. It was close to being Ritsu because Ritsu was pissing me off. Ritsu did, you know, he was with the little vice president or whatever and did my man dirty. You know, tried to frame him or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
He got his powers and was talking real reckless. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I'm about to, you know what I'm saying? I'm about to be better than my brother. Like, bro, I think your brother. Your brother is wilding, so you don't want no problems like that. But I'm gonna tell you who my least favorite character was. The mom.
I agree.
Nah,
the mom, dog.
I
The
agree.
mom
A
is
hater.
annoying, bro.
Class
Yo,
A
fam.
hater.
You're getting mad at me because I have psychic powers? But then when Ricky gets them, she don't make a big fuss about it. She makes like one sentence. It's like, "Oh, you too, bitch! You better yell at him like you yell at me. I'm not playing with you. No, absolutely not. I know. I was waiting for her to have her little redeeming moment, but it just never happened.
Happened.
I put it this way: I prefer Isabel from Promised Neverland over her.
Oh no.
I agree though.
Her Isabella's redeeming moment is better than hers. It's not even close.
Okay.
His mom didn't
Not
even
even close.
have a redeeming moment other than when they was
He
like, "Oh,
didn't, dog.
she tried. He tried. Let's celebrate Mob because he
No,
tried." The marathon
Yeah,
thing,
no,
like that
that
was
didn't.
they tried to redeem her, but it was the damage was already done.
bro, absolutely not. That's a no for me. Favorite
uh,
episode. I love the episode. And I forget what the rumor was, but it was the episode where they met the other medium or the other psychic spirit dude,
the blonde
Yeah.
hair dude.
and the dude with the big the beads around his neck,
Okay, yeah.
the big dude.
Mhm.
I love that episode because they explained the lore of how the rumor about the lady that would drag people into the water, and how
Mhm.
because people kept feeding into the rumor, that manifested into the actual person being the actual being real, and that
Mhm.
was dope. But Mob, because Mob doesn't believe in that stuff and never was in the circles around it,
Mhm.
that's why he never that was a dope episode because they
Yeah.
explained it perfectly
Mhm.
about why. That was so cool to me. I love that episode.
Mhm.
Um, when it comes to the overall anime, man, first of all, we should give a shout out to this anime because we were only supposed to do season one, but everybody loved it enough where we all watched season two. That should say a lot about this anime. I wish this anime was around when I was in middle school because middle school is like the hardest. It's for me. Like I don't know if it's for everybody else, but middle school is the hardest like years of my life as far as like growing up because it's just you go through puberty and like friends that you had they start being new friends and stuff. So it's just this hard stretch of years, and it kind of it that anime really encapsulates everything about middle school. You come in lost, and by the end of it, you kind of have a good sense of who, like not a full sense, but like a good sense. Like I like this. This is who I am.
Mhm.
I'm cool with that, right? And that's the thing you see with Mob throughout the entire anime so far. And yeah, man, if I had to give it a thing, I'm gonna give it a 4.25, man. 4.25 stars.
Cool.
It's such a good anime. I came in
Four point
thinking
two five. You really gonna make me edit a 4.25 star?
It's
just
like,
do a quarter. It's a
hey.
quarter star. I don't understand. Dog, we've done this before. What are you talking about?
I know. Can't just be like a half a star. Oh, it's a 4 or 4.5.
Oh,
Man, this
nigga, you gave a half a star the last time. I'm not trying to hear this bullshit. I'm sorry. I'll be honest. I'm not trying to hear this. To be perfectly honest with you, I'm not trying to hear this. Anyway, go watch My Psycho. Watch both seasons. Very dope. Watch the OVA. Watch the Reagan episode.
oh shit.
Quarter stars matter.
Oh
Uh,
Let's go. Let's go.
that's what my mom said to me when came out. Joking.
all right.
Doesn't matter.
Sorry. I tried to make a dark joke. It didn't work.
Over the K frame.
All right.
I'm ready.
Fuck. God.
Okay, let us know what's happening.
All right. So much like Sticks, my favorite is definitely gonna be Reagan. Um, for the mere fact that I have been watching anime since I was 13 years old, and never before have I seen a man give a verbal ass whooping the way that this man did. Like, holy, yo, I was really looking at that episode like, I didn't even know you could do this in anime. Because he was just really whooping niggas' asses, and he was making them think about shit, and then later on, they end up working for him. Like, that's just some different level shit. And then
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
like of course his growth throughout the anime where he realizes that Mob is more important, that he needs that actually needs Mob, and then there was that period where he didn't have Mob, and then he just goes in. He's like, you know what? I could have done this the whole time. Of course, like he got fucked over by the old dude, but the fact that he actually had that drive within him the whole entire time shows you that Reagan can actually do some shit. If he had some psychic powers, this might be a real dangerous dude because unlike the other guys who, were psychic, like the dad who was psychic, who just was obsessed with taking shit over. Reagan actually wanted to make a difference in the world and actually change some shit. Like, it's unfortunately he ended up going the con artist way, but I mean, fuck the dude's confidence and like his way with words is just the man was just built different. Like catching fit, he was a different character. He was different all around. Shit. Least favorite. Fuck. Tarada, the whip dude of the five, the
The
five. Like
flow.
Oh.
Yeah.
they hyped,
Mm.
yeah, because they hyped him up like he was the dude. Like he was the guy. He was gonna go in. He was gonna whoop everyone's ass, and then like no more than like a second later, he's getting like dumped into the water. Like, come on now. So like this is sad. And then they went into the forest and it was like, all right, now it's time to see my full power because I can actually use these whips and horns. And I was just like, really? Like you done already? And then they proceeded to whoop his ass again. And then like down the line, when he like allies himself with them,
He still gets
he
his
has
ass
this
whooped.
this point where he's like, he still gets his ass whooped, still gets his ass whooped, and he was like, I was on your side the whole time. I was going to help you this entire time. I promise. Like I wasn't fucking with that dude at all. And of course, like the lady that Mob was pursuing, like I wasn't fucking with her, but she's not my least favorite character because I also feel like she helped Mob learn a very important lesson, like very early on. Like and it kind of goes into like my favorite episode. Like my favorite episode was like when Mob met the blonde dude. I forgot the guy, the other guy who was the side teleporting and shit. That
Yeah.
guy, when he met him, the dude had convinced himself that he was like the center of the universe, the big hero in this anime or whatever. And then Mob with these amazing psychic powers was like, "Yo, it doesn't matter. I'm sorry. You got all these impressive gifts. You can do all this shit. It just don't fucking matter." And then proceeded to whoop his ass. But it's like Mob learned that lesson because as a youth, like he was trying to impress the one girl that he wanted, and she did not give a fuck. Not what, like, yo, that is so disrespectful. That's so like that's like you winning the NBA championship. You done balled your entire life. You done went all these obstacles, and the girl that you want said fuck about you. Like not one. Like they went to that scene where they were like playing hide and go seek, and she was like, "Where is everyone? All right, I'm gonna go home. Bye." I was like,
That's why she's my least favorite. So
I was like, amazing, amazing. But it's like that theme is kind of carried on throughout the show, and I feel like without it, Mob would have just turned either into like the dad, the evil dad, or you know, even the guy who like spent his entire life inside, without that realization that it doesn't matter how special you are, how special you think you are, you still got to put in the work. Like, you have to put in the effort to get noticed by the people you want to get noticed. You have to put in the effort towards the things that you want. It doesn't matter. And that was a pretty dope ass episode because, I've definitely had moments where it's been like, well, shit, just because I have all this, it doesn't mean shit. I still have to put in the work, and that was just real dope that they touched on that in an anime. It was a lot of shit that they touched on, but in that episode where it changed the dude, like it changed him forever. He wasn't the same. He wasn't the same toxic bastard. Like he was chilling. He was still, with a female, he's still like with a woman and still like doing his thing, but it's like yeah, fuck it. It is what it is. Like that was a cool episode. But yeah, as far as the rating goes, uh shit. This was definitely a really good anime. Um the Sheiks, you know, I'm sorry. It's a big thing to me. It's a thing. Yeah, it's like Goldilocks eating porridge, right? It has to be a good amount of cheese. I'm sorry, Sticks. I'm sorry. There's the right amount, and there was no amount this anime whatsoever. But that alone doesn't weaken its stars. It kind of upset me about this anime overall was the kind of like progression through Mob's character. Like it was cool and it was very realistic. Like there wasn't he joins the muscle team, gets bigger, and now he gets everything that he wants. It was more so that they kind of just ended it where they did, and it left me like, well, what the fuck happened? Like, I need to know more than this. But I also like the it's like it's weird. Like I hate it and I like it at the same time because it's realistic. Because if you did know somebody who was in middle school and you knew them for like a year or 2 years, you're not gonna always be in their life. They're gonna do other things. So, I would have liked to see more from Mob and even more from just like the side characters in his life. Like it was nice that that little episode with Reagan. I would have liked to see more from Ritsu, maybe even more from the dad. I feel like the narrator or the author could have played with that just a bit more because there were some characters in the series were kind of just like completely neglected, like some stories that were completely left out.
Mm-hmm.
So that was my issue with it, and like everything else was just golden. So I'd have like a 4.5. It was good though.
Solid,
It was
solid,
good.
solid. So it looks like we're all kind of in the same house here, in that it's a really really good anime. Um, as far as my favorite character, I don't want to be cliche, but I am going to be cliche and say that Mob is my favorite character. Just because, like, I guess I finally found an anime where like I have a lot in common with the main character, and I mean, while I don't have psychic powers, like, because in the beginning, I honestly thought this was going to be a story about like a kid who's like kind of a sociopath and has like these like that kind of issue going on, and I was actually, I mean, I was already tied into the story because I thought that's where they were, the angle they were coming from, and I was like, damn, this about to be lit. And then like, but then it really ended up just being him like being full of anxiety, and just full of just just being socially awkward and not getting the encouragement and the what he needed at home, honestly, to become who he needed to be. And he went on his own journey and kind of got his chosen family. So and I just feel so like I want to hug Mob, like I want to give him a big a big hug, what I'm saying. And I don't know, I felt so close to him, and I was like, I often felt myself like just being brought back to like memories of being younger and going through similar like experiences and whatnot, and just thinking like dang, like how the anime is doing this to me, making me go down through like my own like just feelings and stuff like that. So I gotta give it to Mob, and I really like how they wrote him, and you saw his growth. Not only physically did they, make him a little bit bigger throughout the show, but like the way he talked and the way he like was postured in front of people and stuff like that. Like all of those slight writing changes and cinematic changes and the way they positioned him around other people really made it stand out that he was growing as a person. So I love me some Mob. He's my favorite character. And my least favorite character, like I said, I agree with Stick, the mom. She was, there's a rapper from Atlanta that made a song called I think it's called Envy, or is it, no, I don't know, but the song is like, you a jealous ass. And I think his mom was just really mad that she also didn't have powers, because she was just hating on this man for no reason. And you know why it seemed like Ritsu, I mean, it didn't seem like he said he was envious of his brother, but it was really the mom whole time. Like she was the one who was over there just like digging on this man for no reason. Like he didn't ask to be psychic. He didn't it ain't like he came to Earth and was like, I want to be able to bend spoons and shit. Like, and that's your child. Like, have a heart. And I also hate the dad too, because while the dad wasn't a hater, he was an enabler of the hater.
Yeah, an enabler is on the other side of like somebody who's like, oh, I don't know why you're letting this shit keep going. Like it's gotta be both sides.
I was like, I need the dad to just jump in and be like, get the fuck off the boy's case, all right? Just like, if you don't, I'm taking me and my sons and we getting out, because we don't deserve this. Like, I wanted him to play irreplaceable and just like put her in her place, dog. Like, she was doing a lot. And he just let her rock. He just let her rock. So the parents were my least favorite characters. And to my favorite episode, I was glad you brought that up because I forgot to say it. And I've been thinking about my favorite episode because I really liked everything. But I think I have two favorite episodes. One is because, like, so it has happened. I have cried for the first time watching an anime. And yeah, when the house burned down and they went to the closet, and like as soon as they looked at the closet, I was just like, no. And like I knew something told me like it wasn't gonna be like his family, but I was just the thought of like, I was like, dog, if they really pull some Game of Thrones shit and just kill his family, like this, like that's intense. And then just all that was just like hitting me. I was like, oh, dog. And then when they actually showed the hand, I was like, no, it's not real. No, it's real. Yes, it's real. And I was just like, so that was really intense because I wasn't expecting it at all. Like that was like, I was very shocked by that them even putting that idea into it. Because I mean, even though there's a lot of slashing and punching and a lot of violent stuff going on in the anime, like there's nothing in here that's like gut wrenching, really, until that happened. And it's like, oh shit just got real. Like, did they really just kill his parents off the show? Did they really kill Ritsu, who we didn't even get to see what he could do yet, for real? So I really like that episode. I really like the episode where he met the super demon spirit thing that later turned into a piece of broccoli, or I don't know if he turned into the broccoli or if it was the seeds. I don't know. But when he was when the spirit took over the rich dude's daughter and everything he had to go through, that, like, number one, when the dude that possessed the girl made her stab her father, I was like, oh shit. I was like, she just stabbed the daddy. And then when they made him go and when he went into the girl's spirit, is where they went, or her body, her mind, or whatever, and the spirit was there, and they were having these conversations and then having these battles, and then Mob ended up winning in the end because that's what he does. I thought that was an interesting concept of how they show how you can almost lose yourself by like trying to get like caught up in fighting other people's battles and trying to do the right thing, because that's what Ma was doing. Like, he didn't have to be there. Like, he could have said fuck that girl and kept going, and like he decided to actually save her from the possession, and he almost lost himself in the process of doing it. So I really like that episode and that moment of reflection that it had. And also, I'm looking at my notes and I'm realizing I had wrote something, and I wanted to make a comment that the writers was like, do you want destruction? And they were just like, yes, because everything got destroyed in this anime. It's like they were like destruction, but just destroy everything. Just everything gets destroyed at some point. So yeah, I just wanted to make a note about that. And as far as my rating, I'm gonna also give it a 4.5. I really, 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 really wanted to give it 5 stars because I love this anime. It's probably the one that I've loved the most, to be honest. As far as like storyline and just being able to relate to it and whatnot. But that ending I think the 0.5 like is just that I subtracted it is honestly out of pettiness. it's just because like I wanted a solid ending, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't get that. They kind of left you, I mean, I'm pretty sure they wrote it that way because, just in case they were going to put on a third season and just in case they didn't. Like, it was one of those endings where, it did have an ending. So, you can't be mad. But then again, it also wasn't like a good ending. Like, we don't know. Like, he was supposed to ask the girl out after he fight the final boss. Like, did he ask the girl out? Like, he was supposed to, and I wanted to see a confident what is this Shige go to the gym and just be like, so look, I just beat this demon dude, so what's good?
No, Mom, I'm sorry.
If you don't want me.
Season 2, episode 1.
Season 2, episode, the one with the brown hair.
The one that had the story that she wrote. He should have hollered at her.
Yes.
After he fixed her book together, she should have been like, now, what's the story between me and you, bitch? You know what I'm saying? Like, he should have did that and just called it a day.
Wow.
I feel like he, maybe not those words, but like I feel like he should have did that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then the homegirl was in the back watching, like, see what you're doing with her. She probably shut that down. Honestly, I hate
she
Tsubasa.
could have.
I do hate her. You're right. I do hate her.
She could have. I think so. And like, yeah, we don't know what happened with that. Or I mean, that's the thing. He could have evolved and been like, I don't even want that drink no more. I want the girl who I put her book together, and I want to go. Or he could have found some other jank. Maybe it was the telekinesis jank that was yelling at him all the time. I don't know. But, and then, like, I don't know. The ending was just a little slightly cheesy to me. It just went from very dark and just violent to this just very happy-go-lucky place. And I was like, but wait. We just beat the demon dude. Like you can't just flip to like bunnies and rainbows like this. Like, it's like I need some kind of a transition. But I get they had to wrap the story up and whatnot. Which I mean, also, it wasn't my favorite episode, but the final boss battle was like, that was dope as shit. Like, that was a really solid battle in my opinion. He whooped that dude butt, you know what I'm saying? He gave him that work. And yeah. And that's it. Did I say my rating? Yeah, 4.5. Yeah, that was my rating.